The trustee.
Sir, you need to stop. You're being in contempt of court. You need to stop, or I'll have the officer assist you in stopping. All right, Missy.
False
I
imprisonment.
want you to stop talking, or you can go upstairs to the county jail. Now, do you want to go to jail tonight? The second.
I also have a right to understand the nature of this. I have a right to understand the nature of.
If you don't want to listen to me, you can go to jail.
I'm not being disruptive. I'm just trying to understand the nature and cause of the charge.
All right, officers. I'm gonna close.
What am I doing? I'm sitting here trying to understand the charge.
If he gives any more grief,
Your Honor, can I please go home? Your Honor, can I please go home? I'll leave.
All right, everyone. Today we're looking at one of the most clueless sovereign citizens we've ever seen on this channel. This guy's in court because he doesn't have valid insurance and was caught speeding, yet he treats the whole situation like a joke. He's actually facing jail time, but instead of taking it seriously, he's arguing with a judge like they're buddies debating who gets the last slice of pizza. Dude, this isn't a frat house, it's a courtroom. Let me know what you think about this guy. Is he mentally ill or just completely clueless? Also, do you think the judge handled this like a pro? Heads up, this guy loves to throw out word salad, so brace yourself. All right, let's dive in.
Mr. Johnson, appearing in person and pro se. Your name tag on your uniform says Johnson, so I presume you are Mr. Johnson. Now, sir, if you could get right in front of that microphone, thank you.
Can you hear me?
I can. Sir,
yes.
You're charged in count 1 with speeding 82 miles per hour in a 65 mile per hour zone. That is a traffic infraction. It is not a charge that carries any jail time. It has a scheduled fine. 82 and a 65 is $87, but then there's also 108 court costs. In count 2, you're accused of operating your motor vehicle without proof of insurance. Now, if you had insurance but just couldn't find it, you can get the proof to the county attorney and she'll probably dismiss that charge. If, in fact, it had lapsed or something was happening so that you didn't have insurance on the vehicle at the time being January 4th, 2024, that is a B misdemeanor. The maximum penalties as far as jail time would be 6 months, although probation is usually granted. There is a mandatory minimum fine the court must impose of $300, but it could be as high as $1,000. You do have the right to hire any attorney of your choice. If you cannot afford an attorney, you can apply and see if you qualify for court appointed. You can waive your right to counsel and represent yourself. Another option, you might be able to apply for diversion. That is where you apply, and if the county attorney approves you for diversion, you would pay agreed upon fines, costs, get your insurance current, and pay a diversion fee, and she'd dismiss the charges and keep them off your record. If you want to talk about diversion or anything else with your attorney, you certainly will have the opportunity to do that. Your pleas, you have a choice of pleas. You can plead not guilty and we can set this for trial at a later date. You can plead guilty, admitting the charge, and we would proceed with sentencing. Or you could plead no contest, which is neither admitting nor denying the charges, but you'd still most likely be found guilty and we'd proceed to sentencing. If you want to look into diversion, we'll enter a not guilty plea to give you time to do that. You can always change your plea, but once you're convicted, pre-trial diversion is off the table. So
probably not eligible for diversion based on his driving record.
Oh, okay. Well, do you want to talk to an attorney then and discuss whether or not you have a defense? Or?
No, Your Honor, I would like to request a declaratory judgment due to there is no agreement for my performance under any agreement or commission of this court.
Well, I don't need an agreement from you, sir. So if I were,
Well, Your Honor, I simply do not understand the nature and cause of the accusation with regard to the jurisdiction of the venue and nature of this action until the prosecutor properly alleges them there. I cannot enter a plea to the charge until I have the opportunity to raise a meaningful defense on my behalf.
I can already feel the tension rising with Joe Webster. You can literally see her patience draining right before your eyes. This sovereign citizen seriously believes that throwing out a jumble of words about freedom and jurisdiction is going to get him off the hook. Spoiler alert, it won't. The law is pretty clear. If you're driving without insurance or a valid license, you're breaking the rules. No made-up legal mumbo-jumbo is going to change that. Honestly, I think these people might be mentally unhinged. How do you even get to the point where you think you're above the law? There's got to be something going on internally with them. Does anyone know where they even get this info? Because I'm curious. I want to check it out and see for myself. Is it some YouTube channel or something? There are way too many of these people out there. But hold up, this guy's about to take things up a notch and get aggressive with the judge. Let's dive back in and see how this plays out.
all right, I will then, since you cannot enter a plea today, I will enter a not guilty plea for you and give you
I
time.
object, Your Honor. I object to you entering a plea to me because I must understand the nature and cause of these accusations. So I do not agree to you entering a plea on my behalf.
Well, your position is taken and I'm still going to do it. I will note your objection for the record, but I'm going to enter a not guilty plea.
Well,
Yeah.
I object to you
Your
entering a plea on
objection
my
is
behalf.
noted. Your objection is noted, and if the time comes, you can appeal that to the Court of Appeals. Now, on the issue
Well,
of
who is,
attorney,
Your Honor, I would like to ask, who bring these charges against me? I should have the right to
all
question.
right, we're not going to have this debate right now. I've told you your charges. I've told you the state of Kansas has filed those through its attorney, Jill Gillette. Now,
Well, I would
all
like to
right,
call
I'm
the
going
state to the, I would like to call the state to the stand, Your Honor.
We're
The
not doing
state
that,
bringing
sir.
charges against me. Who's it? How did I injure the state?
All right, this is your first appearance. I advise you of your rights. I advise you of your charges and possible
Your Honor,
penalties.
I object to the proceeding, for I do not know the nature and cause of the
I'm
proceeding.
entering a not guilty plea. Missy, when is
I
the-
object to you entering I object to you entering a plea on my behalf. I do not grant you that right.
Missy?
The court date,
You're supposed to act as a trustee.
Sir, you
Now,
need to stop. You're being in contempt of court. You need to stop or I'll have the officer assist you in stopping. Missy?
well, Your Honor, I would like to also bring to you
September
according to
27th.
USC 12203.
Deputy Miles.
And also
would you,
Article 3, the judge must operate in good behavior. So therefore, if you're making a threat towards me, then
Deputy,
that's
if he's going to
urging
keep
me to
being
perform in your
contentious, I'm going to
court.
have you take him into custody on contempt.
Then that would be illegal search and seizures, Your
No,
Honor.
wouldn't you need to go back?
It will.
All right,
It's
Missy.
false
I
imprisonment.
want you to stop talking or you can go upstairs to the county jail. Now, do you want to go to jail tonight?
Your Honor, again, Title
Deputy
4,
Miles, could you
let's
come in and
see.
assist the defendant?
September 27th at 9 o'clock will be the court date.
September 27th, you said 9 o'clock?
Yes.
9 a.m. You must be back here, sir, in person at the courthouse, or you will be arrested for failure to come to court.
Your Honor.
Now, that deputy there is going to take you into custody if you cannot control yourself through the remainder of this hearing.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just enforcing my right, Your Honor.
All right, so your first right is to have a hearing date, and that is September 27th, 9 a.m. The
Your
second
Honor, I
right,
also have a right to understand the
sir,
nature.
This dude seriously can't take a hint, can he? If I were the judge, I'd have slapped him with 30 days for contempt without even blinking. Huge props to Judge Webster for keeping her cool. Let's be real. Most of us would have muted this clown or had him in cuffs by now. Here's the thing. When this sovereign citizen claims he has a right to know the nature of the charges, he's not technically wrong. That's literally a cornerstone of due process under the Sixth Amendment. But the judge already explained the charges multiple times, and this guy just doesn't listen. Instead, he acts like the judge is running some shady secret trial or something. It's honestly kind of bizarre. At this point, it's not about knowing the law. It's about being so stubborn that even a clear explanation feels like a personal attack. How much patience does this judge have left? We're about to find out.
Have a right to understand the
All
nature
right.
of the cause.
If you don't want to listen to me, you can go to jail. Do you want to hire an attorney or apply for court appointed?
No, I do not. I don't need to hire an attorney, Your Honor.
You want to represent yourself?
I don't need to hire an attorney. I would like for you as the judge, Your Honor, to explain to me the nature and cause of the.
All right, I'm not going to appoint an attorney if you don't want me to. If you want, you said you don't want to hire an attorney. If you want to apply for court appointed, the officers have forms there that you can fill out. If
I
you
just
don't
want to
fill them
understand the
out,
nature
I'm
and
going-
cause.
If you don't want to fill one out, I'm going to assume you don't want an attorney. And then if you come to court September 27th at 9 a.m., you're going to be representing yourself if you don't hire or apply for court appointed. And so you've got the third issue. Does he have a bond? Looks like you do because you failed to appear February 27th at your first appearance. So bench warrant was issued, bond was set at $1,000 cash for professional surety. Looks like that was posted. Looks like you made a cash bond of $1,000. Does that sound right? You put up $1,000 cash back in July 12th?
I'm still trying to understand the nature and cause of this allegation, Your Honor.
I will continue your bond unless you get yourself hauled into jail on contempt before you leave. I will continue your bond with the condition that you reappear here in person at September 27th at 9 a.m. So you've got your court date, you've got your bond, and we've talked about your lawyer. Now, you're wearing a U.S. Army uniform with the name Johnson on it. Are you in or have you been in the United States military?
Your Honor, I'm still trying to understand the nature and cause of the allegation, Your Honor.
All right. If you can leave the courthouse now without any further disruption, I will let you do so. But I'm going to have those officers escort you to make sure you do so. So, Ms. Gillette, anything further?
Your Honor, it is your oath to explain the nature and cause of the allegation against me. Are you failing to do that?
All right. You can either walk out the front door with the officers or you can walk upstairs to the county jail.
Let me know in the comments. Do you think this guy is going to spend the night in jail? Or will he finally shut his trap and leave like the judge asked? At this rate, it could honestly go either way. He seriously has a choice here, and I don't get why he's not listening. This dude has zero common sense. The judge has given him so many warnings, practically begging him to just cooperate. But nope, he's glued to his little script like it's going to magically save him. Fun fact, this guy was literally in the army, which means he was government property at one point. How does that even work? I have no idea how someone acting like this made it into the military, because we all know that kind of nonsense doesn't fly there. Honestly, I'm starting to wonder if this guy has some kind of mental illness or something. There's just no way he's real. Is he on something? Because I just can't make sense of it. All right, let's dive back in.
This is yours. Either leave.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand.
Or leave disruptively.
I'm not being disruptive. I'm just trying to understand the nature and cause of the charge.
All right, officers, I'm gonna close.
What am I doing? I'm sitting here trying to understand the charge.
If he gives any more grief.
All I'm asking is to understand the charges. This is for the record. You said it's for the record, so I'm trying to understand what am I being charged?
The charges. Goodbye, sir.
I just want to understand the nature and cause of the charges, Your Honor. That's all I ask. It is your oath to give that.
if you tell me what kind of questions you have, I'll be happy to answer them, but I've already told you.
Okay, under what jurisdiction is these charges being brought to me under?
The state of Kansas has charged you with speeding 82 and a 65 and operating in a motor vehicle without liability insurance on January 4th, 2024 in Greenwood County, Kansas. You failed to appear for your first appearance and a bench warrant was issued and you were arrested and you made a bond of $1,000 cash or surety, posting a cash bond. Now you have to go to court and you have to answer those charges. You can
Your Honor, I
have
know.
a trial if you like, and the burden will be on the state of Kansas to either prove or disprove. If they can't prove it beyond a reasonable doubt, you're let go.
Well, I'm still trying to understand under what jurisdiction am I being charged under, Your Honor? That's all I'm trying to understand.
You're being charged under the jurisdiction of the state of Kansas under its criminal.
But according to the Constitution, there are only two
All right,
jurisdictions.
we'll have that on a later date. We'll be at recess, officers. Please escort him one way or the other, depending on his behavior.
But I'm still not understanding what you're charging me with.
Goodbye. We are adjourned.
But if she's the judge, I'm supposed to have clear and concise of what I'm being charged with.
The judge just said if you give us any problems with it.
I'm not giving y'all a problem. I'm trying to.
So you have to put you in handcuffs and
Well, I'm waiting on this, Your Honor, to explain.
All right, Missy.
But that's it.
That's our last case on the docket, isn't it?
This is not good.
Yes.
All right. All right. Ms. Gillette, I'll see you at 3:30 docket.
Your Honor, can I please go home? Your Honor, can I please go home? I'll leave.
All right. Well,
Can I go home?
I left it up to them and I left it up to you and then they were to behave accordingly.
I've never seen such a bizarre court case in my life. This guy was practically begging to go to jail. Maybe he's homeless and just wants a place to stay? I don't really know. The judge broke down the charges and jurisdiction in the simplest terms possible, but this guy's slow brain either couldn't or wouldn't process it. He's the perfect mix of arrogance and delusion. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a case of stolen valor because there's no way someone spouting this nonsense made it through the army. It just doesn't add up. But let's talk about the bigger issue here. Sovereign citizens as a whole are a massive waste of resources and court time. Judges, clerks, and everyone else in the system get stuck dealing with their tantrums while real cases get delayed. Taxpayers are footing the bill for these circus acts. And for what? So someone can argue imaginary legal theories that don't hold up anywhere? It's ridiculous and frustrating. I honestly feel bad for anyone who has to deal with these people in court. It's like they live in their own little fantasy world where facts don't matter. Anyway, what do you guys think about this whole case? I think this guy was a total idiot, but credit where it's due. The judge handled it well. She gave him multiple chances before snapping, so overall, it was a good court case, even if it was a waste of time. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, everyone.